everybody, welcome to this vlog. This one's a little different. We're currently in the Dunkin' drive-thru and I'm not with Caitlin, I'm with my dad. Good wave. We are going to, well, technically we're going to Carefree and then we're going to Sedona. Oh no, I'm up. Hold up. We're still in the line at Dunkin'. So we're going to Schnebly Hill with this group that I found on Facebook. So we've never met them. And it's called like Stalkers No Lockers. So it's supposed to be like stock vehicles can go on this trail and they'll like help you and talk you through it. And why is this person backing up? This Kia Soul's giving me heart palpitations. Anyway, yes, very exciting. We'll show you what happens. Maybe we'll get in an accident with Kia Soul before we even get there.
So the question becomes like, where do you get air down to?
We are at the trailhead. I have now been explained how to shift my Jeep. We started at a Chevron, we drove all the way up here, and Dad got a lot of beautiful B-roll for you. But now we are up basically in Flagstaff and we're gonna drive down to Sedona. We've aired down to 20. As we've learned. Apparently he said between like 17 to 20 on stock tires, but the leader guy, Scott, he has bigger tires so he can air down to like 11. It's so dusty, it is so cold. I'm so glad we kept the top on the Jeep. I wish I brought a sweater and maybe like 3 other layers, but other than that, it's actually a really pretty day and a lot of good instruction. If you haven't found a local Jeep Facebook group, highly recommend, because they're being super awesome and helping and teaching us everything. So there you go. Have you ever seen something so beautiful?
We have 3 hikers on the trail. They're on the driver's side. Just give them some room.
Should I give any commentary?
No. I'm trying to hold on for dear life.
Wow, I'm really glad you didn't get out and drive this part.
Oh, you think I would have scared you?
Yeah, I would have been losing my shit. It would not have been well. You should be filming us, Dad.
Oh, okay. Here we
What
go.
a selfie video is.
Here we go. There you are. Say hello.
You? Hi. Is it zoomed in?
I don't know. Whoa.
Oof. I found a rock, Dad.
You did find a rock. Okay. I think we're zoomed there. Oh!
You can hold on if you need to hold on.
It's okay. I'm doing okay. Here we are. We're right here for all you people who wonder where we are. So many Jeeps. And us.
And then us. Dad,
Yeah.
you're great at this. You should be a vlogger.
I watch vlogs.
Watch vlogs.
I know the vlogs. Like, tap the bell and ring the thing, you know. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell.
We are at the end of the trail. And we're just airing back up. Hello everybody. Obviously, it's a new day. It's been like 3 days since I went jeeping, and I realized this video is incredibly short. So I wanted to talk you guys through the trip, my thoughts, and then some things that I learned that could be useful to you if you want to go off-roading for the first time. So basically the last clip you saw was my dad and I airing back up. My dad got me that compressor for Easter. I'll ask him where he got it and then link it down below if I can find a link, but one of the guys complimented our air compressor and said it was a really good one, so we aired up pretty fast. I want to say it was like 10 or 15 minutes maybe to do all of the tires, and then we basically just went back into downtown Sedona, had lunch, and then headed back, and I was home before 5. So to give you, I have all my notes here, to give you some background on this trip, which I might be repeating myself, but we'll see. I went with a group called State 48 Jeepers, and I found them on Facebook. I literally, the day I got my Jeep, went on Facebook, looked up Arizona Jeep, and found actually like 3 or 4 groups. I'm sure Arizona is a place that's just gonna have a lot of Jeep groups based on the area and the landscape, but definitely recommend looking that up and seeing what you can find in your area, because I feel like I learned a lot just even being in the group, not necessarily even going on the ride. So that's a great tip. There were 34 Jeeps on our ride, and we went to Schnebly Hill in Sedona. So basically when you are taking the full Schnebly Hill trail, that's the word, when you're taking the full trail, you're starting basically somewhere between Carefree and Flagstaff, and you go down to basically Downtown Sedona is where you end. This is something that if you know what this is, if you know what pink Jeeps are, they also do pink Jeep tours through there. So it's not a super easy trail, but it's not a super hard trail, and I knew nothing about it going in other than they told me my stock Jeep could make it. So big tip there is when you're doing a trip like this or a trail, make sure that you have some background, like where someone knows that your Jeep is able and capable to be able to do a trail like this. Another thing about this trail is that it's actually on the Jeep Badge of Honor app. So if you have a Jeep, download this app. It basically has trails all over the United States where you can get these cute badges, and something I didn't know is that you actually will get a physical badge mailed to you by Jeep that you can put on your Jeep. I requested mine, but obviously like don't have it yet because it's only been a few days, but this trail was rated like a 2 to 4, 2 to 5, I don't think I wrote it down, on the scale. So it was something that a stock Jeep could take. Something that you might be able to hear throughout the footage, or if I cut it, is that we all had radios on us. So this was something that was recommended through the group, was to have a radio. So I'll link the radio down below that that we personally used. I think mine was from Amazon. It was like $20 or $30, and it's actually what most of the people on the trail had. But this made it a lot easier to communicate as a group and to communicate between 34 different Jeeps. They went ahead and like numbered us off as we went, so we could say, hey, Jeep 9, I need this. Hey, you know, this is Jeep 1, there's a car coming the other way. So I would definitely recommend that for a big group, or even like if just a few of you are going. Have communication that isn't just your cell phone. Have something that's always on and always ready to talk to other people. Backtracking a little bit, if you don't know about airing up or airing down, this was something that we went over a ton in our group, and so I definitely want to make sure you know about it. Not that I think you should watch this one video and then hit the trail, but airing up and airing down are your tires. So your tire pressure when you're on a normal road is going to be full. You're going to have your tires at, like, mine are at a 36, and that is what you're going to be driving on. So when you hit a bump, it feels more intense because your tires are full, it's not having any give to it, blah blah blah. So when you go off-roading, you want to air down your tires so that there's more surface area that different obstacles can take up on your tires. It has more give to it, so if you go over a rock, it's going to climb over the rock, then it is just going to hit it and like try to go over it. So I aired down my tires to a 20. It was recommended between 17 and 20 for the stock tires I had. But I'm sure you could Google what to air your tires down to. We had this attachment that came with my compressor that you just attach to the wheel, and it told you what PSI you're airing down to, or like where, so you can tell when to stop essentially. And then the air compressor is just to fill your tires back up, so when you hit the road you're back to your normal tires. I don't know, I'm terrible at explaining this, but it's really important because if you don't, you're gonna need to go to your chiropractor. Your body's just gonna take a lot of the hit that the tires normally would have kind of had more give with them. So just keep that in mind. A lot of people in our group had extra equipment to help air down and air up, so another reason you should go with a group and go with people who know what they're doing. I want to quickly talk about shifting, because this was one thing that I had no idea about and was kind of scared to ask about because I was like, is this a dumb question? And it's not. We were in 4 high the whole time, and from what I understand, 4 high is for basic off-roading, for basic trails, and then 4 low is for more rock crawling, that kind of stuff. I will link I'll link something down below that is a way better description than what I'm giving on 4 4 high versus 4 low, but a lot of people apparently like to just ride in 4 low. They like the experience better. So I rode in 4 high on Schnebly Hill the whole way. Had no problem, had no issue. That is all. So on top of your air compressor, our group recommended to bring a mallet and zip ties on the trail ride, because if anything, if you need to ever like hammer something back in, something comes off your Jeep and you want to reattach it, you're gonna need zip ties and a mallet. It's better than using a rock and string that you find maybe out on the trail or whatever. So we packed a mallet and zip ties. The other thing I would highly recommend bringing is obviously water and ice, and having food and snacks in case anything happens where you're stuck on the trail. But then the other thing is I brought my mask because it was so freaking dusty, and I think you can see that in the first clip, the first off-roading clip I have, but it was so dusty. And so I could like barely breathe when we were talking when we were like having our group meeting and cars were going by. So just keep that in mind. Your mask is useful for more than just stopping coronavirus. And I guess the last thing is just to be safe when you're doing all these things. Again, I've said it like 1,000 times, but go with a group. If you're watching this video, you're probably not someone who's just like, I got a Jeep and tomorrow I'm gonna hit the trail, because I don't recommend doing that. But you know, you're taking the time to watch this video, so hopefully you're watching other videos and you're reaching out to people who know what they are doing. Safety is really important. I never felt on this trail, in case you want to do this trail, that I or my car were ever gonna get hurt. It was pretty easy-ish. My butt definitely came off the seat a few times because we were we were going over rocks so much, and I like scraped the bottom a little bit and popped popped my side rail, but nothing anywhere near that left damage or dramatic. So just make sure you're being safe. That is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely leave any questions down below that you have about off-roading, about my Jeep, about my experience, blah blah blah, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Making it brighter right through the gray.